fall camp, but maybe newer to this fall camp and this system. How has the transition been going for you so far?
It's been going good. It's been going good. Just working out the wrinkles every day. Getting better and better. And I think just trying to stay on top of the little things, such as being in your playbook and just staying after and watching a little film, just as Jordan mentioned. So, I think that's big, especially being an experienced guy. Just getting back into a new system like this is just really working out the little wrinkles in the first couple of days.
Were you and Jordan familiar with each other from your Big 12 days?
We were. I know. I knew we had talked a little bit. We'd reached out before. After I decided to leave and stuff like that, and we had talked about, linking up or something like that. So, we had seen each other through the games and stuff like that. So, we knew each other, and just like he said, we see the same stuff every week in and week out in the Big 12. So when we're out here, it makes life a lot easier to communicate with somebody. We got almost the same lingo, so it all works out.
So do you find that bond is already kind of translating on the field, even though it's only been a couple days?
Oh, absolutely. That's what he was telling me that we were talking today. I was like, man, it's a lot easier when you have a guy out there that you feel like that you can say, you might not know exactly what you're doing, because you're still working out the wrinkles, but he's like, he says one thing, oh, yeah, this is what I got. Or I say one thing, oh, yeah, that's what I, you know what I'm saying? So the communication between me and him is big, and right now in this early stage of camp, so it's really good.
Louisiana Tech has had a lot of success with graduate transfers over the last couple of years. Was that part of the reason why you decided to come here?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was a big deal. Louisiana Tech, it's a nice college. It's a beautiful college. And they're rocking and rolling right now, and in sports and football, and it's exciting, for these guys. And I can honestly say, when I first got here, the guys when you walked in the locker room, you could just feel the bond. You know what I'm saying? There's a bond there between the guys, and as a guy that came from Texas and stuff like that, you can feel it. And it's a brotherhood here. So that was really attracting to me, because I wanted to go somewhere where I know it's a close bond, it's a tight-knit family, and we're all in it for the same reason.
That lost a lot of production just from graduation and then the draft and things like that. You're a new guy too, but having that experience, I guess do you feel like you already kind of have to lead by example?
Yeah, you do. It's tough. You're also working some wrinkles out, so you're making some mistakes. You shouldn't make, but then again, you got them young cats that are looking up to you, saying, hey, asking you questions, asking you this. So it's huge for me as a fifth-year senior and Jordan to say, okay, look, this is a time, and we're here fifth-year seniors. These guys are looking up to us. This is their throne next year. When we come here, we got to leave it better than what we came into it. So I think that's the deal right now for us, is that we're doing everything we can, not only to better ourselves, but invest the time into them young cats. So when next year we leave, there's no drop off.
How familiar were you with the defense? And how long did it take you to get your feet wet again, knowing the terminology and all that stuff?
I can say it hadn't taken me very long. Still making some little mistakes, but just like this is almost it's like Manny's defense, So it was really good because I played in that my freshman. So it was really good coming here and still understanding and knowing some schemes and knowing some concepts and understanding it. So it's actually been a pretty easy transition. Still working out a little kinks and still working on a little bit of communication stuff.
Have you seen where Coach Baker's put his fingerprints on him, and it's his own defense,
yes,
just kind of inspired by Coach Diaz?
Absolutely. Coach Baker, man, he's doing a wonderful job with his defense, and I feel like in my mind it's much simpler. You understand. I can understand it. You're picking it up, and them young cats are picking it up really easy. So I think that's huge. And Coach Baker's doing a great job in stealing it and taking time to invest in everybody through the walkthroughs and through everything we're doing through camp. So it's really working out really well.
Did you ever think that you and Jordan would be here together? I know you said that you thought about potentially linking up, but
well, man, I can't say I did. I didn't know. When I decided to come here, Jordan was still out there, roaming around looking at stuff. And then I remember, it was just one of those things. Jay called me. He was like, hey, I'm going to come to Louisiana Tech. And I was like, that sounds good. Need you, man. I need you. So it all worked out. It's an exciting deal to have a guy like that come from the Big 12, a player, all conference guy, a baller. So I'm excited to be beside him this season and see where it goes.
Do you think it would have been any tougher to transition without having another fifth-year guy next to you in the linebacker core?
I don't know. I can't really say. I know when I first got here in June, I was working with Lucky and Mims, and them younger guys. They really did. They helped me out a lot my first month here. They were teaching, helping me learn things and showing me the ropes and showing me, what they do. So it was, they're just like Jordan said. These guys have really opened their arms to us and took me in and said, hey, this is how we do things, and they showed me. You know what I'm saying? So it's really been a huge help and huge step for me, for them guys that, you know, take me in and show me, you know, how to do it. And then, yeah.
What's it like having your brother on the team?
Oh, it's awesome. You know, you don't get an opportunity like that, you know, ever. So, you know, it's cool to wake up, you got to look at him, and then you don't see him for like 7 hours till practice, and then you get back to work, you know, you see him at practice, and it's funny just to, you know, you're running with the ones, and then you watch out there and you watch your little brother do his thing. You know, sometimes he gets whooped, sometimes, you know, he wins a battle. So it's cool to have that. And you go home, and then he's like, man, I don't, you know, being an experienced guy, it's kind of cool, because he's like, you know, I go in my bed and lay down and, you know, read my book, and I go in his room, I look, and he's on his phone. I'm like, you got to be in your playbook. He's always talking about how hard it is. So I think it's pretty cool to just have him here, and he's enjoying it. So it's an awesome feeling.
Going back to what you were saying about June, when some of those younger guys were kind of taking you in, is that a good indication of, I guess, the winning mindset around here, that they're just more worried about winning than they are playing time and who's playing here?
Absolutely.
And some fifth-year guy coming in and whatnot?
Absolutely. I think that's huge. I mean, you look at Prince, you know, Jordan, me. I mean, these guys that have come in, I mean, and even them guys I've talked to before, you know, them old fifth-year transfers before. I mean, it's everybody said, hey, they just open their arms up to you. They're in it. They buy into you, and they buy into winning. And man, you can't get. I mean, with a program like this, that's why they're doing great things. You know, because they don't care what happens. They just want to win games. Who doesn't want that? And that's an awesome deal. That is. I think that's a huge key to this.